Hey, Mr. Beaver, what brings you in today?
Well, um, kind of going through some issues right now that I don't. I feel uncontrollable. There's demons inside of me that I don't know what to do. As I grew up Pentecostal and I've always done the right thing. I'm married. Was a virgin whenever I married, and I've always done the right thing. We didn't live together before we got married. But recently, the marriage hasn't been so great, and I heard some friends at work talking about they were meeting these different women online, and I don't know. I was bored and just started looking at it, and I just looked at it, not expecting to act off of it, but the temptation got to be too much, and lately I've been meeting women online, and I've been having an affair.
And is your affair with one woman or multiple women?
It's been multiple,
Okay. How many?
7
Okay.
in the last month.
And that's one?
Yeah.
Okay. How are you feeling about that?
Part of me feels great.
Right.
I'm having a lot of sex in different ways that my wife and I don't do, and
Mm-hmm.
it's that part of it is great. I feel like I've never done anything wrong, and I just feel rebellious. And then the other part of me, it's killing me inside because I love my wife, and I don't want. I know I probably should tell her, but I don't want to tell her because I'm afraid of what would happen. I don't want to lose her, but my family would be very upset with me. But it's something that's getting to feel like it's spinning out of control. I
Mm-hmm.
can't stop. I mean, I'm looking for different women every day now, and
Is it something that you want to stop, or do you want to continue?
I want to stop, but it's just the feel of feels dangerous, and I've never been dangerous before, and it makes me feel like a bad boy, I guess. And
Mm-hmm.
I never did stuff like that in college. I didn't sleep around or anything, and
So you're feeling like you can let loose for the first time in a long time, and you're enjoying it.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. How do you think your actions and behavior would affect your family?
I know it would rip my family apart, and that's what I'm struggling with. As much fun as I'm having and experiencing, it's at the same time I love my wife and I love my family, and I don't want to. I feel like I've already ruined it, but if I say something, I know it's definitely going to be ruined.
Mm-hmm. Is your wife and you spiritual at all?
Oh yes, we very
Mm-hmm.
very, and that's what makes it tough. I don't know what caused me to go down this road,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm so far down it. It's like I can't turn around.
Mm-hmm. Do you think your wife, because of the spirituality that you and your wife share, that she would be forgiving towards you?
I don't know. I
Mm-hmm.
honestly can't answer that. I would like to think so, but with what I've done is so bad that she may not be able to, and that's what I'm afraid of.
Are you afraid of your wife not forgiving you, or you not forgiving yourself?
Both.
Mm-hmm. And what would make it hard for you to forgive yourself?
Just knowing that I have a loving, caring wife and family, and I betrayed her and did things wrong when all she does is love me and care for me.
Do you believe you deserve to be forgiven by your wife and God?
No,
No, why not?
it's not like I just did it once, and I wasn't on drugs or drinking whenever I did it. I mean, I knew what I was doing. I saw it. I knew it was wrong, but I still pursued it. And after that first time, as bad as I felt and as wrong as I knew I was, there was something that just told me to go do it again. And I've just been doing it again and again
Mhm.
and again and again and again.
Mhm. It sounds like you're starting to experience a lot of conflicting behavior, and you've gone past a point that you've never gone, and you're not sure how to come back from it.
Yeah, I mean, just before we came in here, I was sitting in the car on my phone, looking online.
Mhm.
And I know it's wrong, and I feel bad when I'm doing it. I can't stop.
Mhm. No, that's normal. It's hard. It's hard once you do something you've never done and get a good feeling from it to stop, and then not want to do it again. So you're feeling normal things, but I do want to help you get to a place where you can stop if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I want to stop.
Mhm.
I have to stop. I mean, I can't go on like this.
Mhm. Okay. Well, if that's something that you want to do, it'll take time, but you can get there.
Mhm.
Um, what do you think is the first step?
It's the first step is not going online. I mean, that's where it all begins.
Mhm.
But you know, it's just I'm looking online, and I'm looking at these women's pictures, and I get aroused, and just once that feeling takes over, it's
So what's keeping you in this situation is the arousal that you get from the women, or is it the exhilarated feeling of doing something that you've never done before and feeling like a bad boy?
all of it,
All of it.
all of it. Yeah,
Are you feeling any guilt or shame at all?
I feel very guilty and very shameful.
Mhm.
And that's what makes it tough. As guilty and as shamed as I feel, it's like I feel like it's a drug. I gotta do it again.
Before this, what's the worst thing you've ever done?
Um, One time I won $50 in the lottery, and I didn't report it on my taxes.
Okay. Do you think you're worthy of forgiveness for doing it, knowing it was wrong?
For that, I think so.
Yeah. So what's the difference between what you're doing now and what you did then? Both was wrong. The Bible says sin is sin.
Yeah, but this I just keep doing over and over, knowing that it's wrong.
Mhm.
I only did that one other time,
Mhm.
and that wasn't anything that really hurt my wife or my family.
Mhm.
This I know could tear it apart.
Right. You keep going back to your wife being hurt and it tearing your family apart. That sounds like that's something very important to you that you don't want to lose despite the situation.
No, I can't lose my family. They mean everything to me.
Do you think it's a possibility your wife would work through this with you, or is this something that you want to fight through on your own?
I don't know. I struggle because I've always been honest with my wife, and I want her to know that I have a problem, but at the same time, I don't want her to know because of the type of problem it is. I mean, if it was drinking or drugs or gambling, something along that, yeah, I would want my wife. But the fact that I'm sleeping with other women, I want to tell her, but at the same time, I feel like if I tell her that it's all going to be over, and I don't know, my whole life can spin out of control then.
So in a sense, you're feeling kind of helpless because you can't stop, you can't tell your wife.
Very helpless.
Yeah, it's
Very
hard. I
helpless.
know that's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What do you want the first step to be? If you could do anything right now to make the situation better, what would you do?
Do away with the internet.
You think it's a possibility?
I mean, the internet's everywhere.
In a sense, but in a sense, you also have control of what you have access to and when you don't have access to it.
Yeah.
Is there any ways that you can keep yourself accountable while you work through this?
I'm sure there are. I mean, I don't personally know of any.
How would you feel about, getting the internet access removed from your phone and only getting on the internet at home when your wife is around?
I use my phone for work. I have to have emails coming in and all that, so it's very difficult. But I guess I could possibly live without it coming to my phone,
Mhm.
and just do it at the office
Mhm.
or at home.
Okay. So how about we start there? Is that okay?
That'll work.
All right. Well, that is it for today's session. I think we did some good work. So same time next week.
Yes, ma'am.
Sounds good. See you next week.
What are you doing tonight?